said this a number of times, but I have a huge problem with these so-called farm murder, farm attack activists, because I believe that they actually stand in the way of getting justice. They also push a racist narrative in this country, and then we don't address crime, specifically in this case, rural crime, like we should. And people don't get behind it because of the racist narrative. And an example is this. A farm murder took place on 30 November 2021. A young farmer from Lindley near Steynsrus in the Free State province of South Africa, Christian van Tonder, 29, was shot dead by an unknown number of attackers. The young farmer's body was found in the barrage area outside Van der Bijl Park in the Gauteng province. He was found in his bakkie with a gunshot wound. So now you had a whole lot of white genocide groups that jumped onto this. You had another group that's called Uncut South Africa. If you look in the comment sections on Facebook, it is just they're killing our people and things like that. And the alleged murderer has now been charged. So now the headline's got nothing to do with farm attacks and this young farmer being killed. Now it's just cattle purchase turns fatal. Van der Bijl Park man faces murder charge. The Van der Bijl Park man appeared in court for allegedly killing a seller. Now he's no longer a farmer, after an arranged cattle purchase. Frederick Pieter Jacobus Botha, 42, is accused of murdering Christian van Tonder on 29 November 2021. You see how the language has even changed. Now it's not a farm murder or farm attack. It's also not young farmer murdered. So on 29 August 2023, the police arrested Botha following investigations. He faced murder and stock theft charges in the Van der Bijl Park court. Botha was held in police custody after his court appearance, and the NPA stated the case would resume on September the 4th for bail. So what happened in this case is that Botha allegedly took Van Tonder to settle payments after the cattle purchase, and it was over 200,000 Rand. They reportedly drove to a remote area near Theouville Platz barrage, where Botha allegedly shot and killed Van Tonder. One would think that these farm murder activists would be very excited by the fact that someone has been arrested in this case. I mean, it is the murder of a young farmer. He was a stock farmer. In fact, there were entire articles on how a Free State farmers mourn for young food producer, and this is Christian van Tonder. So I guess we're all holding our breath for AfriForum to congratulate the South African Police Service for arresting the murderer of a young farmer, because I know that that is their flagship project, farm murders and farm attacks. So I suppose we'll wait, but I know that they're currently focusing on a struggle song.
En dit, Henriette, is die rede hoekom jy nie moes tik.
One of the tactics used by the apartheid government to silence white protesters, just white people who were like, I'm not for this. What they do is they would plaster these people's faces all over the front page of NASPA's own newspapers with big chunky headlines stating that these people were race traitors. And this was done because, come court time, there would inevitably be another demonstration by these people because they were not going to let it go. And when that time came, there was still no support for them. They were othered. They were outcast. They were not part of us. They're not like us. That is a very specific tactic. And I'm noticing a pattern with you and your friends that every single time a white person comes out in support of the EFF, you and your friends plaster their faces all over the place and rip them to shreds about honestly shallow bullshit that honestly reflects on you guys. Now don't sue me over that, Ronaldo. That's not me bullying you. That's just me telling you the truth. Not that you'd know the difference, considering you yourself are a bully. I just hope that everyone watching this dwes and his behavior understands that the DA fully fucking supports him, because They see what he posts online. They see what comes out of his mouth. They see the way he says it. They see what he's doing, the way he picks apart citizens that they are supposed to lead, right? Regardless of who they support, that's not supposed to matter. Okay? If you're choosing to step into a leadership role, it's an unbiased approach. You can't hold who people support against them. That's why the DA is unfit to lead. They are crybabies. They reflect this man's belief system. He reflects them. They are a perfect representation of each other. And that is why they don't correct him.